I know I said that I was going to go out with my sister. She's coming here for lunch, so I'm going to be home. So this is why I can do another video. And this was an important point, because God is so good. I had thought about this in the early parts of when this first happened, late April, early May. And then I just forgot about it, and had been brought up again, and I'm going to share the link with you, by Stop Suffering in Silence podcast on YouTube. Fabulous, fabulous. And it's called Trauma Survivor Reacts to Mica Miller Case. Well, I'm just amazing, her insight. Well, anyway, she had brought up, which it may seem insignificant, but it really isn't, because it shows intention. It shows where Mica's mind was that day. Now, we had brought up Dr. Cloud, right? And now let's bring this up. It may seem small, but you may be surprised on how it really isn't. Why would Mica make herself a sandwich? It's uneaten. It's sitting on the seat. To unalive herself? Does that make sense to you? If it had been eaten, I'd say, all right. But it wasn't. She planned on eating that. She took out the time to make that sandwich and bring it with her. Okay, forget the fact that she was in her uniform to go to work. Forget the fact that she was listening to Dr. Cloud about moving on with her future. Forget the fact that she had a hair appointment for the following week. Forget the fact that she had just served papers to JP 2 days earlier rather. Forget the fact that we have all these different signs going down the line that shows she did not plan to do this to herself. Okay? So this is really not an insignificant thing. What I find funny is either Robeson County has a box of rocks in their head, because I don't understand how I can figure this out, and people on YouTube can figure this out, but investigators couldn't. They didn't look at that sandwich and go, why would a woman who's looking to take her own life make herself a sandwich? Why would she be in her work clothes? There's just so many questions, and yet they didn't bother to ask. Why? Boy, is it just the walls are narrowing in. Well, anyway, I'm going to share this link. This is so worth listening to. Please make your way to Stop Suffering in Silence podcast on YouTube. If the link that I give you does not work for you, please go into YouTube, go to the search bar up above, and put in Stop Suffering in Silence podcast. This podcast was done 8 days ago. And again, it's called Trauma Survivor Reacts to Mica Miller Case. It is chock full of some really good insight from somebody who could see, from a Christian point of view, what Mica was really going through. And to be honest with you, I also think that this will help some of you who've reached out to me in private, who said that you're also in the midst of suffering, or you are a survivor of domestic violence. So please watch this. It's absolutely so worth it. So I wanted to share that with you, okay? And I obviously will be home for the rest of the day, and I will be keeping my eye on what's going on. So you probably will hear from me again. But God bless everyone, and enjoy.